cover in the intelligence community is mosaic. It's a puzzle. You protect each piece because you don't know what piece someone is missing.
Wow! And a merry bah humbug to all of you from TV Marti, the voice of Cuba.
An operation that we used against the Soviets during the Cold War, its counter-operation is being used in the United States.
We cannot run an intelligence business on that kind of basis, and part of it's secret, and I'm going to see that it stays secret.
There's all of Soros-funded, Open Society-funded art organizations in Eastern Europe that all happened in the 90s. That's the funding that starts before the market funding. It's the Ford Foundation funding, right? It's Triangle Arts Trust.
But existing foundations like Ford have their limitations, and officially at least, entirely independent of the CIA. Why not create new foundations?
Agency among agency, foundation upon foundation, that is how you build a mosaic.
First, CIA itself set up a number of dummy foundations, calling them by impressive-sounding, if meaningless, names.
Today is really a chance for global citizens to come together and let those leaders know the time for action is now.
This amphitheater is actually going to be filled with fully vaccinated activists.
I thank you very much for this opportunity to address the Davos agenda. A new global deal, a new model for global governance.
Global governance. Did you hear that?
What truly matters is not which party controls our government, but whether our government is controlled by the people.
They're decimating the State Department. As a friend of mine who was the #2 guy at the State Department said, you can go up on the 7th floor and holler and hear an echo.
As a former government official, government's going to kill this guy.
He questioned the integrity of the intelligence agencies. What does he expect? Does he expect them to love him and not leak stuff? Because he started this war with the intelligence agencies, and this is what you're getting now, Don.
The show's been incredibly prescient in years before. Do you do this every season where you go get to spend some time with some actual spies?
We do. So we park ourselves in a club in Georgetown and talk to, like, real spooks. And, people in the intelligence community and the State Department and journalists.
I'd like to think that what we do on Homeland that's different from what people in the real CIA or in Spy Masters does is that we are trying to give the poetic version.
But this year it was all about, the distrust between the administration and the intelligence world, and the intelligence community was suddenly kind of allying itself with journalists.
Probably too irreverently say, Kerry worked for me. Okay. Minus the sex, the drugs, and the bipolar thing. But Kerry worked for me. And frankly, that's true.
I'm touched by the patriotism of Brennan, who I met, who I went into his office. Why did he bring me in his office?
Why? Because John Owen Brennan embraces all his conduits. Coming this Christmas, the docu-series, Enjoy the Show.